give it a shot. So tell me in the comments if you like the mic or if you don't, or any kind of opinions you guys have in the comment section. That'd be very helpful. I would also like to thank you guys for all the positive feedback I've gotten on my first 2 videos. It really warms my heart. You guys are making me blush. You guys are making my day. I'm sorry. I'll cut that out. So I really wanted to ramble about a couple things today. I actually just got off work. Instead of working my usual 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, I worked a 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. shift, which, if any of you guys out there are working hard, or if you guys working hard are a part of the second shift, I salute you. Everybody knows that is quite literally the worst shift you can possibly have. I despise it because it makes me feel like I have no day. On days like today where I work 3 to 11, I'll wake up at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. and I feel like my day's already gone. Because I'll think about that hour before I go to work and I don't want to do anything. And then that hour that I think about, not like that hour before going to work when I think about it, turns into 2, turns into 3, turns into 4. So then I just get stuck in my bed all day until work finally comes around and I feel like I wasted a day. But I actually got a lot accomplished before work today, so I'm pretty proud of myself. That's something I want to talk about in this video, is that feeling productive and just feeling good about yourself. Because it's hard to kind of fit in routines and fit in these hobbies that I muster up for myself. Because I never feel like I'm doing good enough at those things to really stick with it enough until I do get good at those things. And I just wanted to kind of talk about that in a video. So my day-to-day basis always goes from I try to do a 2 mile to 3 mile run every day. Journal. I like to read, and I like to try and eat healthier, or try to not eat out as much. And those are like everyday goals for me. But a lot of those times, those goals don't get smashed. And if they do, I feel like I don't give myself enough credit for smashing those goals. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that because I think it's kind of a big problem between a lot of people in that age range of 16 up to 22, 23 is really just, giving yourself some more credit on what you accomplish in your day by day. For example, on days that I have off, I feel worthless. I feel so down on myself because in today's society, it feels like if you're not making money every day, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your valuable time. Even if you are doing things you enjoy on those days off and you're taking time. I most definitely should edit that last part out, but I don't think I will because I thought it was so funny. I live in a house with 2 roommates, and they continuously make noise, or they've got to get up and come downstairs and look for something. So that's what happened in that last clip. I just looked at my reaction. I just thought it was funny. But I want to continue on about just feeling like you're progressing every day, because you guys are. And I want you guys to know that, like I was saying, on days that I have off from work, I usually just feel lifeless. I feel like my heart's been ripped out. I feel like it's a day to really relax and take in just my own time. But then again, you feel so worthless to society, and you feel so lazy. So, on those days off, I really go hard with my daily accomplishes. Instead of 2 or 3 miles, I would run 4, and I would walk 1. I would journal 2 pages instead of 1. I would read an extra 30 minutes than what I'm supposed to. And I feel like it's stuff like that that keeps my mind sane on those days, but still, I get my goals done for those days, and by 3:30, 4 p.m., it's like, oh, I'm done, make a good dinner, and then by 5:30 you're like, okay, well, what's the rest of this day gonna look like for me? And I think that's where it really gets me, is just those times of like being bored make me feel like I should be out there doing something extra, when in reality I should probably just be chilling out and like really just focusing on my self needs, and really congratulating myself on getting my goals accomplished for that day. Um, and I was trying to just ramble about this because I think a lot of people feel this way. A lot of people uh, do have daily goals and they do smash them, yet they still don't feel as productive as they should. And I just want to tell you guys that you guys are doing a great job. And keep with it, keep your head in the game, and keep doing things that make you guys happy. Keep smashing your goals. Continue to work. Continue to have that drive. And every day you live life to the fullest. Do the things that you want to do. Have fun uh, with those things, and just be you. Stop putting these pressures on yourself from social media and the real life and all that on yourself. You guys deserve to have some moments to yourself where you can really just sit and bask it all in. Watch one of your favorite TV shows, watch a video, or watch a movie, or play a video game, and don't feel bad for it. A lot of you guys just deserve those kind of moments, and I feel like we're really losing that. We're really losing that in today's society, because a lot of people will go online and preach about how everybody's wasting time, and the only thing you see of your friends on social media is them making these big strides where it's like good for them, they're doing fantastic, but they don't show their day by day, they don't show what they do all day, they just show those big moments. So when you see those big moments, you're thinking, I should be hitting those strides too. But in reality, we all just have different timelines, and we just have different things that we want to do in our day by days. And so I really just want to ramble there and just tell you guys to really take it easy. Be gracious to yourself and be gracious to the people around you. Be a nice person, smash goals, and do what the hell makes you want to, do what the hell that makes you happy. But this is another thing I want to ramble about. WWE's Elimination Chamber was this Saturday. Elimination Chamber, Elimination Chamber, Elimination Chamber, Elimination Chamber, Elimination Chamber, Elimination Chamber, the Elimination Chamber, the Elimination Chamber, the Elimination Chamber. I thought it was a very, very solid pay-per-view. It was a very solid show. I had a lot of fun with it. I see some people online discrediting it and being like, what's that word? Just being kind of disappointed in it. I don't understand that personally, but I was working a night shift that night that it was on, and if people out there don't know, the show was in Australia, so the show started at 5 a.m. my time. So I was up for like 18 hours straight. I was super giddy, caffeine all in my system, nicotine in my system. I don't vape. Let's get that out there. I don't vape. I zen. So, but I was super like electric when it was coming on at 5 because I was waiting for it for a whole day. So that electricity and also me just being super tired and loopy probably played into the fact that I love this pay-per-view so much. But I thought it was really good. I thought it was fine. A lot of people hate the predictability of it, and yes, there's a lot of predictability in sports entertainment, in world wrestling entertainment, but I don't think that takes away from the storytelling of the product itself. I want to talk about the men's chamber real quick. That had Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and yeah, I think that was it. Was that it? I think that was it. I should have counted on my fingers. But the storytelling in that was pure genius. A lot you have Drew's story of being the unsung hero or who he still thinks he is when really he's the villain. He takes advantage of both Randy and LA Knight after they both get screwed out of the chamber, which is something an old Drew McIntyre wouldn't do. You have Bobby Lashley working the was it the shoulder, an injured shoulder, injured elbow, either one. He's working that to perfection. Randy working the lower back injury, and you had the Kevin Owens Logan Paul rivalry in full swing here, where Kevin Owens is bouncing Logan Paul through the glass pods and on the chamber, which was amazing, magnificent stuff. And you had AJ Styles pop in to reunite his feud with LA Knight. So I thought like domino pieces falling for the prediction of like who was gonna win all worked out so well, if that makes sense to anybody. Like, sure, it's predicted, but it played along with everybody else's story. So like, what's the big issue? Like no one, like everybody knew they weren't gonna give LA Knight a world title shot at WrestleMania, but they made his story a lot stronger with AJ Styles. That's what I kind of mean. Like everybody's stories were elevated during that match. So I don't know why people are so pressed about it. It doesn't make sense to me. I thought the pay-per-view was super solid though. The women's chamber match, I would argue, was better than the men's. A lot more bright spots, I want to say. The beginning of the match was a little bit awkward. They just feel like so stiff when they're working sometimes, like the women. But then again, Becky and Naomi are first class, like entertainers and professional athletes. So they still weren't bad. It was just a little clunky at times. Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan were the MVPs of the Elimination Chamber. Like not just for the women's, but like for the whole pay-per-view. They both murdered it. Absolutely murdered it. I love everything that Tiffany Stratton does. I love her whole gimmick. I love her moveset. I think she has the most beautiful backflip in the world that we were cheated of because we didn't see it. They stopped her from doing it 2 times in that match. And Becky getting the win was like I keep saying, like predictable. But who's gonna pass up on Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40 for the Women's World Championship? No one's passing that up. That's so much money. And 2 of the greatest of all time. So it's like stop complaining, I'll do a quick little thoughts on Rhea and Nia Jax before I move on. It was an okay match. Feel good match. It was okay. I understand why it was a main event. Rhea Ripley came out there looking like Hulk Hogan in his prime in her homeland. She was looking like Superman. The crowd was going nuts for her. She had a good match and she won it, and that was that. So I had no problem with that main eventing. I thought all of that was actually really well done. And, she's a generational talent. In the women's wrestling, we only have a couple of women who drive that narrative, who like really push that envelope of professional women's wrestling. Trish Stratus, Lita, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky, and I would add Rhea Ripley up there now, solely based off of that Elimination Chamber reaction. So, really cool. Like that was like a star-making moment that we all got to watch live. And yeah, I just thought that was really. The last thing I kind of want to rant about is the NBA. I'm a huge fan of the NBA. I love watching the NBA. I love dissecting the NBA. I love the media. I love like the conversations that surround the NBA. Like a lot of my friends and I, we have a big group chat, sports group chat, where it's like every night. Every night we have discussions in there about the NBA, different hot takes getting thrown out, different conversations, and a lot of people in there are like advanced stats people, and a lot of other people are like casuals. So it's like the best of both worlds. But I really kind of just wanted to dive into it real this is one of the first seasons I've had since I was like 11 or 12 where I have just not been interested. And these last couple of days, I've really just been wondering why I haven't been interested. I'm a Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan my whole life. I got blessed by my dad. Not really blessed, but he was a diehard Yankee and a diehard Laker fan as a bandwagon during the iconic Jeter days and the Shaq and Kobe era. So, I had to live with that for my whole life, which is like a blessing and a curse because both teams are really cool with great history, but we haven't won like anything ever in my life. So like a lot of my like childhood Laker teams is Chris Kaman, Robert Zachary, Jordan Clarkson, Tyreek Black, Anthony Young, I think was his name, D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Ingram, Larry Nance Jr., Zubac, Steve Blake, and Wayne Ellington. All those type of guys. Jody Meeks. Wow. Roy Hibbert. Wow. That's wild. That's really wild. But those were kind of my Laker teams growing up. So when we got LeBron, I was super excited. First off, I didn't want him at all. I was a naive, 17-year-old who wanted to keep our young core because it had so much promise and there were so many championships. It was a dynasty, which, a lot of those players went on to be decent players in the NBA, but nothing championship worthy, which is just funny to think about that I did not want LeBron James on my team. But when he finally came over, I was very excited. It was like a decade of people not watching the Lakers, and then everybody finally tuning back in. So that was very exciting for me. And then we won the 2020 Bubble Championship, which for me is like the most nostalgic playoff run or playoff team ever. I remember watching almost every single one of their games that season when they won 50 something games before the season got delayed. So that was a really great time. And then after that, we completely blew that team up for no reason. They still haven't explained why we blew that team up. We sent all of our young pieces to Washington for Russell Westbrook. We then followed up that by picking up Carmelo Anthony, and it was just a bad time to be a Laker fan these last couple of years. So last year, going into the playoffs, when we made that crazy run and lost to the Denver Nuggets, we actually got swept by the Denver Nuggets. I had somewhat hope going into the season. I thought, hold on, hear me out. It was a good sweep. Every game was fought for really hard from LA, and it was a sweep that you could kind of be proud of. As I can't say that, but it was a sweep that didn't look as bad as other sweeps. We'll put it that way. So following that, I was super excited to go into the season with the new additions of Rui Hachimura and Vanderbilt, and the evolution of Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, how this team would transform with a full season, and it just hasn't been pretty. It's a very interesting year for the Lakers. They're not terrible, but they look like they just can't mesh, and I don't know what the problem is. But I'm trying to watch more to try and understand what the problem is. I really just told that whole synopsis to get into the fact that I went into this year interested in my team, and I have not watched any maybe a quarter or two here and there. I've just felt like really, really like strung out on all sports after the Super Bowl. I do a lot of fantasy football leagues. I do a lot of fantasy basketball leagues. So I think all of those combined really just, I don't know. I think like I'm washed now. I think it was like overdrive in my system. Like I need a break from all sports for like a couple more months until baseball starts back up, if that makes sense. And yeah, I just got very overstimulated by sports. So I'm trying to make my way back to NBA so I can start some discussions on this YouTube channel, because I would like to talk more about the Lakers. I would like to talk more about who some of my favorite players of all time are, who are some of the best people in the NBA now, who are some of my favorite sports analysts and personalities. But like, I just don't know too much right now. But I'm definitely doing more research, watching more games, watching more clips. So get ready for more of that on the channel. Some NBA, some NBA. I think that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. I have a big day tomorrow. I have to wake up sort of early, which means like 10:30 in the morning. I'm sorry. I'm just really trying to get to bed right now. But yeah, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, give me some more recommendations for videos, new equipment. If you guys have any good, cameras in mind that I could use, I would really